Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Retrospect. Please keep in mind that this is not financial advice. Do your own research and only invest money that you can afford to lose. Today we are going to talk about how crypto Twitter is losing its mind. I have never seen a time where there has been such mixed feelings about crypto in general. But one really positive post that I saw was by the SEC. They posted a tweet about crypto wallets and how to store and access crypto assets. So they're basically trying to educate retail investors, which to me is positive. And if this doesn't show that there's an expectation that most people are going to hold crypto in the future, then I don't know what is. The next post is by Crypto. This morning he posted that a daily close below 90,000 on this wedge that he's shown on Bitcoin price, which is from a bit before December started. He believes that if it drops below 90,000, we're going to see further downside. The next tweet is by Crypto Rover, and he mentions that the Bank of Japan rate hikes have consistently caused Bitcoin to dump hard since 2024. He shows the 3 times before that this happened. The first time it dropped 10%, second time 25%, third time 30%. Each drop happens over a different time period, as you can see. But when I saw this post, it made me think, is it already baked into the price? Someone commented the same on the post, and quite frankly, I thought of it before I even saw the comment. He said the correlation makes sense. Bank of Japan hikes tighten global liquidity and unwind yen-funded risk trades, which tends to hit Bitcoin fast. But the key question is whether the market has already priced this one in or not. The next post was by Crypto Freak. He mentioned that only 10% of the top 100 tokens are green over the past 90 days. At the top, you see Asta at 1,042% and Zcash at, I think, 754%. It's a bit small. Nonetheless, it's quite fascinating that only 10 of the top 100 tokens have been green over the last 90 days. The next post that was quite interesting to me was Crypto Fergani. They ask people to smash a like button on his post if they bought XRP under $1. And I think a lot of people forget that maybe just over a year ago, XRP was hanging around the 50-cent mark, and today it's at $2. I think a lot of people forget that. The next post is by Kenny Nguyen. He says that the US senators are pushing to finalize the crypto market structure bill, the Clarity Act, before Christmas. This Clarity Act was announced in the middle of the year, so this is generally very positive that they want to finalize this bill before Christmas. The next post was by Dusty BC Crypto, and he points out that the Google search interest is at levels that we saw in the bear market. Now you'll notice that in previous bear markets that level can stay low for quite some time, but it's valuable to understand that the current search interest is at those points right now. How long it will be there we don't know, but to me it's a sign of us beginning to understand where the bottom is. The next post, which looks to be quite controversial, got a lot of comments, was by Crypto Burb. He says that we're in an early bear market. The technical evidence is clear and the majority is trapped, denying simple facts. In a 4-year cycle context, midterms bring crashes. Markets lead the economy by 6 to 9 months, and that future rate cuts and quantitative easing will start a new bull only in Q4 of 2026. He is eyeing a Bitcoin price of $30,000 to $50,000. The next interesting tweet that I saw was by Crypto Extra Large. He says that 15 years ago today, Satoshi Nakamoto disappeared after making his final post on the Bitcoin forum. That was on December 13th, 2010 at 4:45 p.m. And that's just a reminder of how strong decentralization really is. 15 years ago, he just disappeared. Coin Bureau also posted something very interesting. Netflix is set to release a crypto comedy called One Last Attempt. It's a movie that will follow a divorced couple racing to unlock a forgotten $35 million crypto wallet. This is inspired by real stories of investors losing wallet access. A very common sentiment amongst the comments is that this hits harder than any horror movie will. The next post that I thought was also interesting was by Crypto Patel. He says last year Bitcoin hit 90K for the first time, and the headlines were that this was the best investment ever. Today Bitcoin is at 90K, the same price, and the headlines are that Bitcoin is dead. And I kind of think over my time in crypto is just fear and greed on repeat. And sometimes people are in fear and you actually don't know why. Sometimes they are in greed and you don't know why. And it just repeats itself continuously. Last but not least, I always like to end on a Jim Cramer post. Jim Cramer in 2022, he said he sold all of his crypto. He announced everything on TV and he wouldn't touch crypto in a million years. Bitcoin since 2022, plus 500%. Never fails. Whatever Jim Cramer says, make sure you do the opposite. Guys, please drop a comment on any post that you thought was interesting. Hit a like. It's great for the channel. And please subscribe to get any future updates. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Bye. Bye.